Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Hello, Hez. Hello, Mama Pinky. Hello, Evil Goat. Hello, all the people coming in for lurks and hugs and stuff, and Valheim. Yeah, bit of a change. Bit of a change. We're changing from Minecraft because Mushty can't come into Minecraft. So I thought I would go with Valheim. And as you all know, I am in Jonathan's server at the moment, and I am doing I'm in Jonathan's server at the moment, and what I am doing at the moment is I am doing shine. Look at that, missed a bit. Look at that, missed a bit. Got to top the shine up. I'm dry. Yeah. So what I'm doing at the moment is I'm building Loonyland. Loonyland being the theme park, and so I'm building roller coasters and other rides. And so just to update you guys, anyway, I don't know if you know, there was no Tuesday stream. The reason for that is sadly I lost one of my uncles, and he died on Monday night. Didn't really feel up to streaming, and on Tuesday morning we had to have my mum's dog put to sleep, and I'm going to change that because that is doing Christmas things again. Right, it's crashed. So we've had a bit of a sad week, and just like that reboot. It does that every so often. There we go. Beep. It's not very reliable. Needs a BIOS update or something. The one I want is that one. So yeah, we had a bit of a sad sad week, but I'm back, and I'm back and rubbered. I'm all in black, obviously. It's period of mourning, so all black rubber. Can you mourn in rubber? That's an interesting one. Can you mourn? Would it be good to mourn in rubber? Would it be appropriate? It is black. I can't wear my rubber suit to a funeral, obviously, because, you know, it's not black. I've worn a leather suit to a funeral, though. I have worn leather to a funeral. The other thing you probably noticed is my hives are going absolutely crazy, my allergies. So I am absolutely covered in that. So yeah, I'm in allergy hell at the moment. But I'm doing alright. It was a bit sad. In fact, it was a lot sad. But I'm doing alright. We're looking towards things like funerals now. So I will just keep you guys up to date. But anyway, Valheim. So in Valheim, let me just close my monitoring. We are currently sat outside Norman Looney's Fishy Fingers. That is Norman Looney's Fishy Fingers, and yeah, it's a theme park I'd sit in. So this is Jonathan's server, Jonathan Raymaker. For those of you who are interested and don't follow Jonathan, I think everybody who's in here follows Jonathan. And this is what I've been doing over. I did see goats. I did see. Don't worry about it. So the thing I've got to remember is I'm not in Minecraft anymore. I'm in Valheim, so the keys have swapped around. So this is what I've done so far, and I sort of said it's finished. And then in stream the other day, I asked Jonathan, I said, would you mind if I built some more? Basically, the idea being that all this bit of the island is now a theme park. So the idea being that I might actually build the theme park to take up this entire island going forward. Because we've got 3 biomes on it, so I could use a mountain biome. We've got meadows biome, we've got black forest biome, and we've got a good amount of mountain. There is one build on here, just there. There's a UFO. But I don't know who built it, but I'm going to ask, if I find out who it is, I'm going to ask them if they don't mind me incorporating it into Loonyland. So these were the last rides I built, just down here. That was the boat ride I built, and I put boats on it the other week. These are the vending machines for diving for mead and fortunes told with the fortune teller. This is the haunted house, ghost house, whatever you want to call it. And then this is the passage to another world. And this is what I'm going to do, or carry on, today. So I've started building an inverted coaster. And the idea is, it goes through. I'm going to thin these a little bit as the coaster gets more finished, and I'm going to some of these I can try and align them a bit better. But because I wanted quite smooth curves within the limits of Valheim, I've had to try and do it as is. But we've got an inline twist. Look, we've got an inline twist. We've got a quick deep, a sharp rise. And then the idea is this is going to dive down into a vertical loop. And the way I do this, there's a couple of them dotted around the map. There's one there, look. So the way you do this is you build in pipette a section of the coaster. You make sure you are in maximum rotation mode. Yeah, probably is a lot of G's actually. You make sure you're in maximum rotation mode, and then you carry on with where you left off. And the nice thing with doing it this way is you have some fairly good you've got some fairly good stuff to do. Right, the problem is with the loop, it's going to be quite tight, so I may need to raise this lift hill, because obviously, being me, the physics of this needs to work. So I'm basically going to turn this up and then build a vertical loop. So I need to basically uptick the track. Oh, let me renew you, goat. Let me renew you. You've expired, haven't you? Let me renew you. Gift a subscription. Norman Looney to Evil Goat. There you go. Can't have mods in abs. Not on. Just remove that. So the only thing I need to do then is make a loop. I need to just do a little tiny turn on the green axis. So that will be the... I'm hoping that's going to do it. If it doesn't do it, I might turn it into a half loop with a corkscrew actually. I might turn it into a cobra roll, because I could probably copy paste the other half of the cobra roll. So a cobra roll is basically basically that. So as soon as I get to being totally upside down, which is now, I need to turn. So I need to start turning inwards at the same time as I'm going downwards, at the same time as I'm tilting, so I need to be on, I still need to be on that snap. So this is the thing with this, there's a lot of track to... Right, I need to start turning the angle around. This is going to be an interesting inversion to try and get right, a cobra roll. Well, I might not do it as a cobra roll, I might just do it as a half loop with a corkscrew after it. This is going to end up more like an Immelman the way it's going. So I've got to try and turn that even more. I need to be on that one. This is, it's turning, but it's doing it, it's quite awkward to get. Not that. It's that one. No, this is the problem, because it's quite a tight turn. You're going to get this stepped effect, so I might have to go around and try reprofile some of these on the, because one of the tracks doesn't match up on the tight inversions, just because of the nature of the is that actually doing anything? Turn it in a bit more. So it's more like an Immelman actually. But it's coming out of the bend, look. It's coming out of it. So I need to turn it upwards at the same time as I'm turning it down like that. Is that taking it up? Yep. This is the problem. The inversions are just a nightmare to do. But that is now coming out, and that's going to be a proper ground swooper as well. So what I'm going to do now is once I get it to fairly... Yeah, it's a very good thing there's no gravity. So I'm going to start and loop it around. So that is that's like an Immelman dive. There's a couple of those on Smiler actually, a couple of Immelmans. I'm at Alton Towers on Thursday, actually. So I need to just... Now, the nice thing is now I can do smaller snaps. I mean, the nice thing is as well, it's going to be hidden in trees, a lot of it. So yeah, what the problem is, you see, if you change angle, look, it's climbing up again. So every so often you've got to rotate it to get the coaster to not climb. So I've got to go through, I've got to remove... you see those cross peak members? I need to remove a lot of those because we are currently up at 13,000 instances. So that should start turning inwards. And it also should never have sunset, because I've set the time to always be this time, always be golden light, because I love building in golden light. So it's at sunset and not quite, it's not quite, no, it's over there. So you get nice long shadows. So that's quite a nice tight helix. It's just keeping it from climbing all the time. So if you look, it's climbing again, look. You have to, every so often, you have to just pop it down. That looks like a good curve. That's getting better. So start straightening it up now. So this is just straightening up the track up. So now I need a proper inline twist. It's my final inversion. I'm going to have 3 inversions. come out of the bend okay. So I now need to drop it down a little bit, so I need to go to the top corners. And that one. I need to gain some speed again. I'm wondering if I could take it through a tunnel actually. Yeah, that's just rotated wrong. It's that one. Right, so this is the next dip. You have to remember to turn in advance on all inversions and things. Nice G-forces here. It's a nice G-forces. Obviously I will drop the floor, because otherwise you're going to end up with no legs. Right, so now I need to start turning up into an inline twist again, which is similar to that over there. I'm going to keep this one straight if possible. So we'll rise up again and start rotating towards me. To be moving fairly swiftly here, because I need to go in a corkscrew, and I know we get the situation happening with that, which unfortunately is a side effect of how Valheim works. So if you notice, the track is naturally curving upwards now. What I need to do now is start turning the track back downwards. Hopefully that's going to go over the brake run quite nicely in the station. So you'll be upside down on top of the brake run. careful not to dive too close to the ground here. I can do it. I'm just thinking I'll possibly turn that in a bit too early. Probably. Yeah, I think I'll turn that in a bit too early. Just clear some. That's the way it starts. Need to go back to that angle of dangle, spin it over. So I need to keep it climbing for now. That is climbing a bit too far actually. I need to do a little bit more of a gentle wrap. And that should give it more of a heartline roll. Right, so now notice how it's coming back down again. So we're back at 90 degrees now, look, it's on its side. So that's another inversion pretty much done. Does look very much like the spine of a... Looks like a spine of a creature, doesn't it? It's very spinal. It is a classic Bollinger and Malibard, actually. I need to carry on angling past the... that, and then start kicking it inwards. Why is that not going right? That's fine. Just need to... it's not gone over, has it? That's not banked over. Nope, that's fine. going to repair my hammers. Which does actually mean going all the way back to Boat Go Wee. There we go. There's Boat Go Wee. Might have to make a tools the other end here. I don't know what I just ate. I ate something that made a noise, obviously. Well, I know you like Boat Go Wee. That should be staying at a fairly good angle. Quite a nice IG turn that actually. So I need to start dropping down now. So I'm heading into a final break run. So this should have a trend as I start to turn it upwards to straighten itself out as well. So I'm hoping I can turn that into a tunnel. That's where I need to end up over there. That's quite nice going over the swamp. Right, let me just turn on gaming mode here. Remember how it is. You do it. Not that one. FN, because I keep hitting Windows key. So I need to put a bit of a tilt to the right. Yeah, that right. At the same time as I'm going up. So So this is the same again. It's going to be raised up ever so slightly. And that goes nicely over the track lock. We're heading at the brake. This is the brake run. Oh, hello, Garish. Thank you for the raid. Lovely to see you. How you been going? What have you been playing? Thank you, everybody. Oh yes, lots of Viking stuff going on. Thank you, yes, well, shiny is my specialism. I'm building another roller coaster. So yes, I'm Norman Looney. I'm a shiny streamer. I'm a general streamer. You could say I'm variety, but mostly play 3 or 4 games. And you've had some players to play with. Have you been playing Valheim then by any chance? Oh, Zomboid, right. A few people have been playing Zomboid just lately. Yes, I'm playing Valheim. As you can see, I'm on Jonathan's server. And I'm building a suspended looping coaster. So that is what I have built so far. As well as all this lot. This is my fairground. So you'll get things like we've got a waltzer, we've got a spiral slide, we've got the Fenris wheel, launched free fall, boat ride. The boat does actually swing on this one. These do actually work. In flying mode, you can actually get the boat to swing. You could get the boat to swing. I know they've had a... Oh, there we go. Oh, we're just stuck. So there you go, you can get the boats to swing. So this is the theme park. The one that Jonathan's been on about. Oh yes, and yes, always good for a shout out. I think Goat dealt with it, didn't you, Goat? I'm hoping you gave Garish a... Oh yes, you did. So we've got a top spin there, a Huss top spin. We've got, I call it a claw. Our local one's called a freak out, but we've got one of those. And we have got a haunted house with a very sinister skeleton. And a bit of an Amityville thing going on. So yeah, that's the current situation. We do have to wait for it to load because the entire theme park is now really big. I'm intending to possibly take over most of this island and build it. And Jonathan has given me pretty much the go-ahead. Oh, the skull, yeah. Yeah, it's a Mistland skull. If you've got server, you can pipette it like that. If you've got admin rights, you can basically pipette one from the Mistlands, and you can also rotate it at all angles like that. So you can, and you can shrink it as well and make it bigger. You can go really tiny with them. There's a few tiny ones, or you can go absolutely enormous and slightly terrifying. So yeah, that's the skull. I mean, I could theoretically make the coaster ride into one and go through the brain hole, but I'd have to knock the brain cavity out at the top. But anyway, that's how they work. Yeah, it's quite easy to do. I've lost my piece. Where is it? It's there. Building to pet that one. Don't make the what? Make it right. Yeah, it might be an idea actually. I might have to try that. What I might do is see what I can do with the, because I'd have to knock out the back of the brain. I'd have to knock out part of the skull. I'd have to do that by hand though, because otherwise we're going to end up with. Let's get that lined up right. So I'm just going to put the top missing that piece now. I'm just heading into the brake run now. The ride's over, so that's the brake run. Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's the brake run. So I need to get to there. So I might end up having to fall short on the lift over so slightly. Let's just check. Is that level? Yeah, that's level now. I think. Is it level? Is it angle and angle correct? Ah! I hate it when you do that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. So I think that. Done it again. Piece inside another. So that is, I think that is rising ever so slightly actually. I think that's rising ever so slightly. Let me just remove some of that. Pretty good actually that, I got that. I think there's only one. I need to snap at the top. Yeah, that is now falling ever so slightly, which is what I wanted. Because normally the launch on a roller coaster, you start with gravity taking you towards the lift hill. So this is the bit I said about I'm going to have to basically just be creative with the lift hill. So I need to make sure that that look like it's going to hit. And then I'll turn it into the lift hill. So that is dropping like slightly. Let's get rid of some more pieces. Turn that slightly out of the station. Slight turn like that. And then turn it back inwards. It should almost hit, I think. Oh, I think that's a bit too far. I think I've turned that a bit too far. Yeah, I need just a couple of sections less. I'll try that. I've just got a couple of dressing pieces to put in. not far enough. Just realised I'm putting these wrong way around this section. Look, there's a gap there. So let's give it a few more. I think that's close. Need to snap to that one there. Oh, how close is that? Oh, it's close. It's close. It's not perfect. It's not perfect. But it's close. Right, snap to the top. That's closer. It's probably about as close as some of my other junctions have been. That's looking pretty cool. Let's straighten that up. I might try and tidy that up a little bit more later. I say might. Let's just reinstate those. Yeah, wrong one. That one. Blue one I need. So we've got the basics of a roller coaster. So there's a few bits now where I can reshape the land. That's not really changed around there. That can all be... what's restore? That one's restoring to reset. So I can reset the land there. Reset the land there. Probably reset that actually. And have that go over a well. So that's that one done. Right, this needs dropping. So I'll go to level it. That needs to be dropped. As does this here. So that's dropped, that one's dropped. That one needs to be dropped even more. That one could go over water actually. Make that bit over water. Right, this is one thing I've not really used that much, and it's to slope, and I'm going to see how it does it. This feature here is called slope. And I've not used it tons, but apparently it's good for what I need to do for that. Makes more natural looking gorges and curves. There we go. So that looks a bit more natural now. I wonder if we'll work on this here. Actually, I can just take the land off there. No, don't need the Queen's power. I'll level this. Can't remember how you change the mode of the Q, that's it. If I flatten that to there, Oh, you're going out, aren't you, Goat? I'm losing my moderator. So that doesn't mean you can all play around you lot. So that is giving me a bit more room now. Gives me a good view of the coaster. Oh, you're back in half an hour. Alright then. I'll see you in half an hour then. Oh, which one is it? That one. That one. So it's just got to try and fill those in. Where the track doesn't quite line up. But no. There's a few of those. Right, supports and clearing. Because what I need to do, this is probably the most boring job of the lot, is you need to go around and you need to take each alternate support out, because there are far too many. I might just do this when I'm off stream and you guys aren't watching. That one's not coming out. Occasionally you get that way piece. Do that one, that one. I'll do it station though. So what it does is it makes it look a little bit less busy. So there we go, that's what the track will look like. A little less overcomplicated. And if you recognise this ride, it's a bit like Nemesis. The Alton Towers, which I am climbing it on Thursday. Quite looking forward to that actually. Nemesis behind the scenes of track walk. There we go. So the path in is going to be here. So I need to start making a path and just let me start pathing it over, because the paths need to be quite flat. So you see how it's all on different levels at the moment, so I need to sort that out. And when you make it paths, that's your easiest way to see that your land is level. Look, there you go, look at them blobs there. So I need to make sure that that is all level. And that's the way you do it. You go through like that, pressing down to the floor. See there, it just jumped. That just jumped again, and then there's that one there. That might not level that bit actually. No, that's not going to level totally. You can only have so much of a transitional level on Valheim over a certain amount of space. I think it's the way the map, the generation of the map works. It limits you. You can't just like go, I'll have a... So you see that's rising now again. Need to find out why that's going. That's it. Because I was flying. on it again. Feels like there's a bump there. There we go. So the other thing I need to do is supports. Now, it's not a very long coaster, this one, thankfully. Not like that one that goes round mountain. But I do need supports. So the way I'll do this one, I might make it with groused and pillars actually, this section. Because I've got no physics on. If I do that sort of thing, and put 2 of those very parallel either side. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Tilt it 4 outwards. Hello, Lucy. Hello, and welcome in Bobbin as well. Welcome in to the stream. Everybody finishing at once. How you been? How's your stream gone? What you been doing? Chatting? Playing games? I'm back on Valheim myself. So that's the... Thank you for the raid though. I'll and may the 4th be with you as well. Yes, and yes, may the 4th be with you, or whatever it is. That's Star Wars, isn't it? That one. May you not go into Mordor or whatever. I'll give you a shout out because Goat's not in at the moment. Yeah. Of course I know what it is. Of course I know what it is. I actually have to say I totally and utterly and think that Captain Kirk is a fantastic pilot of the Millennium Falcon. I'll do my shout out. This is the point at which everybody was just raided in goes, how dare you go into this place? I'm a Star Wars. Right, that is a perfect position for a walkway over the track, that, and a tunnel. So I'm going to have to think about that going forward. You're in a latex stormtrooper. Ooh, look at you. Well, I could do latex Darth Vader. I've got enough latex. All I need is the mask. Mask and the cape. And I could do a Darth Vader. Right, I'm going to copy that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to detach that structure from the thing here. And I'm going to building pipette it and see if it lets me. That's the problem, it's not going to let me snap off it, is it? It's going to be like, oh no, you're not doing that. It's going to be all mardy. Let's see if I can do half of it. Oh yeah, you split your latex, didn't you? I remember you saying you'd split something, hadn't you? With your short should split or something. Right, that's going... It's not going to let me, is it? It's going to snap to the top. It's not going to let me. You got some scraps coming. Yeah, there's no worse than damaged latex. It's, I hate it. I've got a couple of items at the moment that are damaged and I need to get them repaired. My shirt's got a little tear in it. You know my white latex shirt? That's got a little tear just there. But luckily, I'm not putting any stress on it. I think I caught it when I were pulling my jacket on over it, my latex jacket, because, as you know, latex on latex just sticks. I need to reference this by the track. I'm not sure which one's right there. Is it that one? Or is it that one? It's that one. The other latex I've got is my point. I think they're 0.2 mil. They're really thin. I've got some black jeans, and they're incredibly thin latex. They're very comfy to wear, to be honest. Very, very lovely to wear. And those have got the zips slightly detached on those. So I've got to try and repair those. I'll just try and get the zip to reconnect. That is probably that is the end of the platform. So yeah, there's my latex jeans are a bit rough at the moment. Other than that, I mean, my gear's fairly good. And my pleated front trousers, they're in a pretty dog rough state these days. I loved those as well. They were my first suit. It were loose fitting. It were more like a tuxedo fit. It absolutely felt lovely to wear. Chlorinated as well. Chlorinated latex is like it's like god tier latex. Just not as strong. That's the problem. So I think the brake run-ins there. So I think that's the end of the track. And that's the loading platform for the roller coaster. To rotate those because I noticed I put one of the platform sections the wrong way around. It's those that are the wrong way around, so I might have to sort those. That's the loading section. So what I need to do now is build a building that will take the train in its entirety. So the centre of the track isn't quite centered, it's more like that. Just check that actually works. So the centre of the track should be that to that. Yeah. So if I now, let's just check what the rotation angle is. I'm actually on a. Oh, I am beauty. I'm on. No, I'm not. Oh, I'm just off. I thought I was on one of the snap angles. Oh, don't tell me I'm on 128 snap angle. I am, you know, I'm on 128. Good afternoon there at Rivera Studios. Lovely to see you. I'm building a roller coaster. I'm possibly regretting my life choices. I could really go off you know, Bobbin. Masturbator, how dare you? You're saying I'm a massive wanker. Alright, that is... So there's an angling problem here. And I don't know where it's coming from. Is it that one? Or is it that one? Just they should line up, and they don't, obviously. It's that one. So they should line up, and they're not. So they're both out of position. The one in the grass seems slightly a little bit lower and to the left. Are you actually being serious or sarcastic? Because I'm sensing a little bit of sarcasm here. Because there's some people in here who are very sarcastic, you know. Because they know I'm quite obsessive with my building. So they are... Right, so what I'm going to do is I am going to delete them, because that is not touching that. I'm going to building pipette that. Because what I can then do is copy that shape all the way across like that. So you see how the track naturally drops, look. That is intentional. That is not a design fault. That is how I wanted it to be. Now replace all those with singles. Are you on this server? I can't remember if you were on Jonathan's server or not. This is Valheim, this server. It's Jonathan Raymakers. Or at the moment, it's currently Loonyland. Because what we basically have going on here is I am essentially claiming an entire island and going, look, this is a theme park. Because it started off, Loonyland started off as a little build. Right, I'm going to do one of my patent builds here. Because I have a really nice designer build. I don't know. That's just mean. Some people do, don't you, Barbon? Right, so we've got some line-up issues here. This is the problem when you're snapping at 128. I think it was just that. You're accused of being sarcastic and trying to put me off my builds by going, oh, that piece is a little bit to one side, or you angle the dangles out. Right, so that's the track. Me never. So my patent build. I know you can't really patent a building style. Is the one where you use the door. And then on the back of there, Need to flip it all the way around, which when you've got 128 points of snapping is not easy. I want to do that. I shake my fists at thee. I don't want to know what you do with your fists. So we'll build like that. And I can put the textures on the outside. So what I then do is use those again, which will be at the same alignment. And what you end up with this really nice multi-layered texture thing going on. Well, I mean, I'm mad on roller coasters, as everybody knows, and I thought, why not? So it's not just a roller coaster; it is actually a full theme park. Look, it is actually, there is everything. There's a spiral slide. There's a top spin. There's a swing. There's a waltzer. So it's not just a roller coaster. There's already 2 roller coasters. There's Boat Go Wee, which Goat named. There's a Ferris wheel called the Fenris wheel. There you go. That's the Fenris wheel. There's an Askvin roundabout. There's a boat ride. There's a wooden roller coaster with a loop. There's this that actually swings. Look, that actually swings. And yeah. Oh, launch free fall as well. Very tall. Hey. Oh, I'll show you the haunted house as well. There's also a haunted house. So this is the ghost train. I'll walk you through the ghost train. So this is the ghost train. So we've got a twisty room. We've got a graveyard. We've got some skellies. Got a big room with a skull in for some reason. Got upstairs. This is a trommel tunnel. And we go around. We go outside. And then, I don't know why you jump there. Oh, I know why you jump there. We go outside, and then we go around there. Into the other side. Back down again. And out. So that's the ghost train. And that is a... well, you've probably seen that as a ride. It's the tall one nobody ever wants to ride. I ride them. Usually called turbos or boosts. Oh, there's a water slide as well. I always forget that bit. There's a water ride with boats. So yeah, we've got quite a lot going on. So this is just naturally just an extension. This roller coaster, by the way, is absolutely huge. So this one goes round the back of there. Into a launched lift hill. Up over the trees. Around into the mountain. She'll be coming round the mountain when she comes. Through the cut. Round the mountains. Back round over the park again. And then it does a really, really cool thing, because I've transplanted some structures from the Ashlands, and we've got a mini Ashlands with some skulls and some Ashland trees, and one of those which you do not hit, do not touch. I've got some skulls with eyes in them. So that's the mini Ashlands section. Yeah, don't hit those. And then obviously under the loop and into there. And through these. Which I think look really good, the portals on the side of the building. And there's the queue lines for it, look. Got that as well. I keep forgetting to show everybody that. That one of the first rides I built here. But these are all built using the hammer. Using the hammer thing. The infinity hammer and all those various tricks. So you can't just build these using regular building techniques. You need a few cheats. Right, I'm going to build the roof on this one. Because I want to reset that. What I want to do is I want to create a different angle of roof that we don't normally get. Like that. This is the problem. This is the problem. Everything angles. Oh, my bloody hammer's just broke. I'm sure I've got a spare. Just make sure they're going alright. More like it, and then I want to tip it backwards a little bit more. So what I ought to do is use the proper angles now. Angles. Make sure that doesn't actually tilt, because that could actually, the entire structure could be sloping. So that's the steeper angle. And then the shallower angle. And the thing is, by doing that, I can put the proper pieces at the end like this one. I can put those at the ends and make it look finished. What I'll do here is I will put, because I want to hop that over the track, I'll put it like that. I need to hop that over the track. It's a bit too narrow. And then one of those like so, like so. And then that means I can get a nicely balanced roof. Put that one in as well, and then fling it round 180, put the other one in. Fling that in 180. So the only thing I've got at the moment is I've got those. Oh, that's perfect. I need to go to this side, fling that 180, which takes forever. Right, what way are the roofs on? Oh, they are 45 degrees away. So I need that one first. this should give it nice shelter from rain. Not that there is any rain when you've set your weather. And basically, I've locked my environment so it can't rain. There we go. So the final one, I've got to guess the angle of if I want to. But I think I'm not going to balance it up because I need a loading platform. I think what I will do, how do they sit there? They sit there like that. So what I'll do is I'll move these back. I think that's got it. Oh, hi back. I'm Loons. So that's the let's try something. Yeah, they are, that's kicking in. How's the new coaster coming along? Well, it's looking pretty damn finished, to be honest, from a track point of view. That's what we've done. I'm just building a station for it. And then what I will do with it is I will dress it all up while you guys aren't watching. Because there's nothing more boring. I'm going to change the wood alignment there. This is the loading platform. Because the other thing I need to build for it is a train. See my Zelda tin, by the way. I don't know if any of my American friends are in. They're little orange sweets, and I don't know if any of my American friends are in who can go. Oh, they're called Orange Sword Sours by Boston America. Right, so it's Boston America Corp from Woburn, Massachusetts. Ah, made in China. Yeah, they're essentially what we call swizzles in this country. We have these sweets called swizzles, and I like swizzles. Right, so what I need to now do is copy that same pattern there, but without the panels above. So if I do that, flip that around. Up. And then get the roof, that one. I don't know, but they're very cute anyway. I think it's that. One more. going to need a name as well, this roller coaster, and it's not going to be Vikings Go Wee. That's before you even think about it. It's not that I want, it's the vertical. Goat has a habit of calling roller coasters Things Go Wee. Like Vikings Go Wee. Right, I need a section of track. So I need to find what I did with my original. It's there. I need to build in pipette it. I need to make a section of track to build the train on. And I need that. Right, that is the track tester. I need to make a single car and then turn it into a train. What's the width of this? It's going to be a really odd one, isn't it, this? I just know it is. It's going to be like really weird positioning. Well, I'm thinking those. I'm going to check actually. Yeah, they are lined up with the proper grid. So if that is like so, yeah, they're going to be too narrow, look. So it would need to be slightly inside. We'll be looking at that for the position of the car. Of my index points. So that is the first beam. So base every bit of the structure on that, and as I say, I'm thinking those. That is pretty good. Pretty good at that. And then probably for the wheel jockeys, the shields. They are tiny little swords, by the way. They're so cute, look at those. Tiny little swords. Right. So that would be the height of the ride. And then the seats would need to be fairly vertical. So if I put beams like that. Now do I go for a 4 wide actually? If I put like there, how many seats can I get across? So I can get one there, one there. So I could theoretically go 4 wide on that. We'd still have enough room. There'd be enough room for the 4 wide. Let's have a go. Could do it with thrones. Could do it with those bony thronies. The only problem is if you do it with that, you can't really build things around them. So I'm basically guesstimating these. Right, so that one's a bit too low. That one's a bit too close to the middle. I got the sweets from Extra Life Gaming Room. Extra Life Gaming. It's the gamers cafe that I visit regularly. Well recommended if you're in Sheffield, actually. If you're around and about Sheffield, pop in and go and have a pop in. They're lovely guys there. Very nice people. I think the way I can do that is if I put that there and then inverted ash wood, same there, inverted ash wood, and that gives like an axe effect. Then I need to create it to make it look like seats. The idea is you can actually sit on those. You can actually sit on the rides. Alright, let's make a snapping point forward. Oh, thank you for the slap. I did need it, to be fair. Because, of course, I've snapped it like that, look, we've got a bit of a visibility thing. Right, if I put those there. Now, the only thing is with that, blocking the view of the people behind you. So that would give you seating, and it also wraps the chairs in structure. Let's try and get that to not snap in there. That is sittable. That's a ride. Get rid of the bottom one there. And replace that also with those. Which gives a really interesting pattern. Just trying to make it a little bit less filling, but you're limited with this game and what you can do. Because the problem is, if you're sat in that seat there, you're going to have no view at all. You need to get rid of those tops there. And go for quite a skeleton design to the ride. Let me just try that. Get rid of those. And then put a door on top of there. And another one behind it. Means that I'm now... I've got a much more exposed ride. So that'll paste nicely onto the track. So wheels are going to be interesting. Wheels are user shields, so we'd need. I'm not going to get all the wheels on for a roller coaster. You're just being silly now. I can at least put some of them on. I'm not going to get I don't think I'm going to get the upstop wheels on. Just give yourself a couple of shields. Shield wood. I'll just spawn myself a couple of wood shields. The bucklers also work really well as wheels. So if I put those on there, so they are a little bit too high. So let me get the a bit too long. Take that off. Raise that right up to the top. Could go for Nemesis pods actually. You know, like Nemesis has got on. It's just got pods over the wheels, so you can't actually see the wheels properly. Let me attach 7 to that. I could go for a big shield. It will be. It will be loud. It's loudy, 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 loudy. Right. So what I'm going to need to do here is I'm going to need to put a snapping position hidden inside there with an extra beam sticking out the back that can then delete later. So will that be too close together if I put another one of those straight behind there? Yeah, it will be. So we'll need 1.5 snap, and then that will be good. So let me have a go at that. What I need to do now is move the track above it. Not attached. So what should be able to happen is I should be able to pick up that with a building pipette and not grab the track. There we go. Now the other thing I've got to remember with this is that the track is slightly angled. It tilts backwards, so I need to make sure. And what I'll do is I'll put that one in like so. This is very, very finicky. Is that correct? I think it's that. Oh. It bloody is. So I should now be able to snap to the backmost piece if I've done, yes, snapping to 7, which means my next one just goes to there. And that's the front of the train. Now the only bit is, I'm going to have to then remove that from there, put that on there, aligned correctly, building pipette that again, remove that piece there, because at the moment I don't have a snapping place, and then it needs to be up and one tilted upwards. So I'll start it again. So it's one upwards, one to the right. So that looks pretty good to me. It's the back row, go off. There's no spline on the front. So that is Nemesis. And of course, because the track drops, what I now need to do is restore that. Tilted. So I need to one tilt that way. So that's correct. One tilt towards me. What that should do is it should make that gap get bigger at the right hand side. That. We're basically creating an alternative platform for the coaster itself, which drops away with the coaster. I will have to probably remove the weeds as well underneath, clear the ground, because they're going to start poking through any second. Possibly. Or possibly not, we could be just in luck. Just poking through at the end, look. And then that can be filled in with that one, which can be a correct angle. It's a step downwards. So let me try something. I will put those in actually. I will put those in regardless. So I've had an idea. I don't have many ideas, but when I have them, they're good. If I get steps, I can do that. And what that will do is that will give me steps down to the lower track level. what I could do is actually mirror them there. And then you've got a means of getting on. There we go. And I will put one there. Just because I'm a perfectionist. Hello, Jonathan. Guess where I am? Guess whose server I'm on? Does it look familiar? Told you we're building more. Come in and join me if you want. Come and have a look round. I need to throw up on my coasters. Right, where am I? That server isn't. You know this island, Jonathan? You know this island? Yeah, I think it's going to become a full theme park the way I'm going. I've already got all that area is theme park now. There's a UFO there, which I don't know who built that, but I might ask him if I can incorporate that in. So yeah, it might end up being that way. Oh. Right, that's the cladding around the bottom. Just need to dress the end of this here. I'm going to dress it using the same wood again. To the end. That one first. Oh, that one can just be dressed actually. Thank you for giving Jonathan a shout out. Yeah, if you don't follow Jonathan, follow Jonathan. You need to absolutely follow Jonathan. He essential people to follow on Twitch, especially if you're a Valheim player. So I need that going the other way. That one's a little too high actually. I think I've snapped it to the steps. So that's that's how you do it basically. That's how you make a car. And then put the car on the track. And because of the way they're made, you can sit on it. So that's the thing with a lot of these coasters. They don't function as such, but you can't... Oh, I like how that's gone. That were an accident. I may have to just raise that land a little bit around there. Just raise a tiny bit. Just try and bring it up so it's not looking. I like how that's gone. And then just do a little flatten on the top. Oh yeah, Goaty's in. So I need to get rid of that tree. There's nothing above, is there? Let's get rid of tree there. That is all now good. The only bit is that path's quite narrow, but there's going to be a... There needs to be a second path into here, obviously. Probably coming over here somehow. Coming from up here somehow. Plus you've got to get a really good view of that inline twist, because look at that. I'm so proud of them twists. And that. The Immelman. That took some doing. It all needs supports. So let's get rid of the car blank. So one of the things I've had to do is try and make supports, and obviously because it's an inverted coaster, you can't just use your standard support structures. I'm doing things like that. Does that go pop through bottom? If that don't pop through bottom, I'm cool with that. I need one probably about halfway up. There we go, that don't pop through, does it? Oh, it does. Oh, it does, yeah. Bell. Let's do it this way then. Now, if I do it like that, and then snap that onto there like that. There we go. So did that one actually pop through and I didn't notice it? No. So it's the same pattern again, and I just have to build all these by hand, unfortunately, because they're all different. Oh, he's off again. I said slap. 1, 2, 3, 4. You wish. And then it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the rotation, which will probably put that in the middle of the path. And I will make a feature of it. Or possibly at the edge of the path. So if I make a feature of that, like so. Same with that one. That's the way that works. Right, I will now restore some land here. The boat you've made, not that one. I noticed it's a boat with here. I don't know whose that is. No, I've not seen your boat. I'll have a look at that. I have to have a look at that. Have you put some photos on the on your Discord or on mine? Yeah, actually, Evil Goat is right. Does it go wee? Because boat must go wee. Posh boat. Ooh. Right, now this, because this is angled, what you can do is you can put your, because of the way that these coasters work, you can actually put your prop on the exterior side. So if I put my prop there, and then drop that down ever so slightly. I'll do the same again there. I'll take it to a Growston pillar. Yeah, the only bit I can't really do is the angles inside. Posh. Have you? Is it like a living? I'm assuming you built it as a structure on the water. So it's a boat you live in. Right. So yeah, I'm thinking that to be a path. And there's all that area down there, which I've already had an idea for that, for a ride on there, which I might start now. The only bit here I've got to make sure there's nothing overhead, is there? Right, no. Because you have to remember that remove... Oh, with the... Right. Oh, yeah, I've seen that raft mod actually. I quite fancy having a go with that. So if I clear that space there, get rid of the piggy. So there's the Black Forest, look. You see the boundary. So we've got meadows, Black Forest, meadows, Black Forest, meadows, Black Forest, cake. So the other ride I'm thinking of is an observation tower, which I would probably base. I'll probably base on an octagonal pillar built of this stuff. So if I use this as my basis, let me. I'm going to 8, so let me drop me snapping positions. 1, 2. That's it. So let me make a shape. That's the shape I'm thinking of. That's the thing shape I'm thinking of for the central core. And then that would be that's now a stackable piece. My building pipette, that. That's now stackable. So if I put that on the edge of the Black Forest, so as the cart rotates, you rotate through the 2 biomes. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the observation tower be up at the top. So I think that's a good position, that's a good height for it. I'll make it about halfway up and then put a portal up to it. So all my visitors can go and see what's in here. So that is taller than the... And then at the very top of it, sails, excellent. Like I said, I need to have a play around with this raft mod. So that's the observation tower pillar. So what I would need to do then is build a structure around it to fill this gap in. The tower having an entrance here. And then put the thing about halfway up here. So let me build a wheel assembly first. Oh, I know, it's terrible, innit? Trying to share screenshots from Steam. Right, so the best thing you can use for a wheel is that. So that gives you a really nice wheel look. And you can tip it sideways. So I can put those like so. So let me make a observation platform. That is a decent view. That's a decent view. Yeah, I think that. So I would need two of those on each side. Excellent. I shall have a look at that shortly. In my Discord, cool. Let's have a look at how I can do this. I'm better off, I think, just because of the way they snap and overlap with those, with the wooden floor. So the way it works is, just broke my hammer. I just broke both my hammers, right? Looks like I'm going to bottom of boat gold with you then. So you know where that's the one. Please join the Discord if you've not already a member, and you get to see more of my silly builds. So if we go for a, we don't need it to be massive, the observation platform, but we need the maths to work. So 4 outwards. What's that looking like? Here, snap in, snap in, snap in, snap in, which would give us that, which, that works. That works. Gives us a flat, slightly flatter sides. The other thing I could do is do the flatter bit there on the quadrants. I thought that would bloody wasp it with a moped. So that gives us the flatter bits on the quadrant instead. And then puts it like that. So we get a bit of a weird mesh, but we do get a round structure now. 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, I think that works best. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Alright, fancy watching Poltergeist tonight. Well, what's just set me off? One of my friends watched it the other day. So that's the main section done. So we need the back line now. And I will just do that with these. So then I can do... Your mother sucks decks in hall, yes. That's The Exorcist, not Poltergeist you're thinking of. Right, I'm not going to do it that way. I'm going to do it this way, because I don't think they'll clip outwards. Oh, they do, you swine. Right. So if I do that, and then do the same line up on that side, and then do the same there, need to get that corner, and then the same there. Still a good film though, The Exorcist. Just, yeah, I can't imagine Carol Ann somehow saying that. It's a bit too sweet, is Carol Ann. Carol Ann is more, can we have a goldfish now? Right, that's the observation platform. So what I'm going to do is, for you guys who come into the thing, I'm going to make you a way of getting up to that. So I need to put the wheels into the ruts now. So these are going to be the wheels. So it needs to be about halfway down the beam, look. So that's the wheels, which means I can now take the dark wood out. Now make a supporting structure for each of those. Now these need to be quite open. But the only way I'm going to get these to be quite open is if I use because the only one that's a small piece is the iron. That one. That's the only way I'm going to get that to work. And then it's just the corners there that are... make that works. So... So that's going to be the observation platform. Now, what I now need to do is fill in these corners. So what can I use as my indexing point? If I use that there. And then same there. So it's that piece there I'm using in the back corner. I don't think I've got one visible now. I think I've blinked over it. Oh, I can still see it. No, I have picked the wrong one. Got it. Right. So next I need to put an internal structure. So this can be balanced. Yeah, I've just put the wrong one on it. It's that side. That side's that one. That side's that one. That side's that one. That side's that one. So they should all be balanced. And putting those on there should, in theory, pretty much close that up. Ah, not that, not that. 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 And that's same on the outside, and then I can build my, use the top so I can snap to the right place in everyone. Right, I've just got the wheels to hide. I think use that angle. So it's 45 plus 1. Let's check that right. 45 plus 1. 45 plus 1. Just 45 plus 1. 45 plus 1 gives me that angle there, which is not pleasant. Something's not right there. Perfectionist me says something's not right. That one works. That one works. Works. So I've got a feeling that one snaps onto the wrong place. That one's a bit too close actually. Try that. Try going up there. Right, 45 plus 1. That's got it. That's got it. So I can now copy that pattern to them all. You just get the odd little bit of the wheels sticking out. finally, this is where I'm going to have to do some really weird shite. If I take those to 90 degrees and snap 2 on those, to both. That's the centre pinion done. Yeah, they're not suicide jumps, don't worry. So what I thought for these, if I go to the correct angle of the corner, put a piece on each like that, which theoretically means I shouldn't have to change the angle because it's the same one on all the 4 corners. And yet that one looks different. I don't know why that is. No, I know why it is. It's the same one on all 4 corners if you're doing the right angle. Supermarket was out of your tea. Why? What we got? Or what were you planning to have? That's correct, that's correct. That's not correct, is it? That's correct. It's just that one. It's just slightly out. I don't know why that one's out of alignment. I don't know why that one's out of alignment. When it's here. That's why that one's out of alignment. Because I can't count. Oh, Earl Grey. Tastes like washing up liquid. Sorry, but I don't like Earl Grey. That's looking quite cool underneath as well, structure. And you can see the wheels, look. You can see the wheels up above. And then the idea is, down here, is that I create a platform, because I can now level this up. So if I go to my Who and go to reset the slope, this should reset to its original slope, which means I can raise it back up again. Of course, Yorkshire tea is better. Did we even have to argue on that matter? So that's how that tree ended up there, look. So what I need to do then is now flatten that to the correct position. Yeah, Yorkshire tea is actually amazing. Right, I don't want that tree to stay on that little pit, on that little thingy though. On that little rock. No, no, don't do this. Don't do this to me. I want that tree to stay on that little rock because I like that. I like how that's actually fell. So that's now halfway up on the platform. Now the only thing is, well, what I need to do is I need to index my roof on a halfway point, which is going to be interesting. So the roof. first of all I need to run around with these and just copy the top pattern to the bottom. I love how you change of the observations, how you change side, the music changes. You go from meadows. So look, we're in Black Forest. And back into meadows. Thing I need to do is put a piece across there. That should be the same on there as well because it's the same angle. So I can do both of those and then rotate it and do the other two. Same up at the top. Right, that's that done. Now, what does that look like inside there? The, where is it? That one. The problem is it's not going to centre, so I'd have to put two of them to make it look right. Two of those in, and then for the roofing it's going to have to be that one. So let me raise the roof level up a bit more, otherwise you're going to have crap observation. Ah, not that. Of Exorcist. Oh, it's a good film, Exorcist. It is a very good film. There is a piece somewhere, and I don't know where it is. I dropped it all on the ground, because you can do that when you've got this hammer on. Yeah, Exorcist is a bloody disturbing movie, to be honest. So I think, let me try this and see what this looks like. So we start with those on the quadrants, and then we should be able to put regular roofing. I would have put them at the right angles. So yeah, it's going to have a bit of a weird snap in it. As long as you keep the angle right, it does work. What I could do is get rid of the middle piece. That's a middle piece. and then put, just to fill the gap in, put one of those on the end of each. Like that. So it fills the gap. It's still going to get a slight light gap. It looks better than the meshed roofs. Oh, there we go. And then for the top, we should just need those. And they will go into the top, unfortunately. And the same again with these beams. You're not going to see those that are gone into there because it looks like it just butts up against. But yeah, that works. That looks cool. I just need a portal. Need a portal down here. So portals are there. Just need the thin portal, the little one. Ah. Call it ride top. Ride top. Let's clear some land. No, not cultivate. I need patchy grass. Because patchy grass is good because if you get any slabs coming out the edge of it, it still looks alright. The only thing I've not done is I've not put a door on there. So what I would have to do is take two of those off. Or, actually, make the corner the door. What about a glass floor? I could do actually, yeah. I could make a glass floor because I can put glass bricks that way on. So what I could do is I could make some glass rather than a glass floor, make some glass sections. So I can make those glass sections there. Make those their glass. Yeah, that needs to stay as is. That's the problem. It's going to mess up the. It's going to mess up the setup too much if I do it. But however, I can lay glass on its back. So I could do that. On each side. We could have a glass section on each side. The thing you have to remember with glass floors as well is the thick. And then what I would do is I'd obviously have to just skin around it to make it look right. Like that. Do that one next. those two. Just stops the overlap looking bad. I mean, you're not going to see tons through it because it's glass when all said and done. But good idea, goat. If I line it to that one, it's better. So many bloody snapping positions on this wall, on these floors. There's like glass panels. There we go. And then the other thing I need is lamps, which obviously you need to make sure aren't on the not on the central tower, obviously. So I need to put those probably in there actually, somehow. Or just put torches on these corners, or in the middles there. Well, it slides, doesn't it? You can't put it on there because that's where you roll. That's where your thingy rolls up and down. That's why your wheels roll up and down. It has to roll up that. So anything that's fixed needs to be fixed onto these here. Yeah, observation tower. I mean, the other alternative is that I just use the lava lanterns for the lighting. Put a lava lantern on each of these corners because you want it to be quite dark up here, because when you look at night you want to be able to see out. If I put a lava lantern on each corner, that's just background lighting. And it lights the cabin from below as well. So the entrance is on this corner here. I don't know if I can go through that hole actually. It might be a case of the entrance is for show only, because I don't think I can go through that hole. So that could be the entrance, and if I do it right, I should be able to get. Let's have a look. Where is it? So that one is too big. Only for tiny van, yeah. It's not really an entrance, it's just for the purposes of the ride, basically. If I do that, then that's the entrance. But you can't actually get through it. I don't think you can. No. Get through it if the top's off. Is it a height restriction thing? No, it's width. It's too fat. Vikings are too fat. So we'll just shut those. And I'll put a sign above there. So you are too, indeed, you are too wide. You are too wide for this ride. Please go away and lose some weight. So what I want to do is taper those in slightly. So I think if I put rather than putting it like that, stick that at a 45-degree angle instead. It's a 45 instead, because you don't go around the other sides. You only go on from the front here. So the other side's a surplus to requirement. What I need to check is how far away the entrance is. I think it's about here. I think the entrance is about there. Do then is get rid of that, put the path out like that, and then build a container. Too big. I just build it like that. Don't need to end it. And then I can put the weeds back in. I can put the grass back in there. So the idea is that should drop quite nicely and fill that gap. This isn't grind. Right, let me put that in there. Bollocks. It's also not grinder. That's what I wanted to do, something like that. And then back to that. And yes, some people do seem to think it's grinder. I agree with you. Right, and then just a little drop-off position. If you accidentally trip. And I'm going to change that to marble. Change all that to marble. And finally, the disembarkation place. So, weeds. Right, so we need dark. We need patchy grass, just there. And patchy grass all around here, just to get rid of those weeds under that. So we have a disembarkation and service platform. And I'll get some trees and plants. Because that is pretty much a complete ride. Let me move the it's called ride top. We'll move that now. Ride top. So it's a ride you can't ride it as in it moves, but you can go up there. That's ride top. Right, let's get my hoe. Some weeds back. There we go. So it's not quite halfway up. I just want to put something on there because that is a bloody long way to fall. Get that. That hoe has been round the block. What I'm going to just try doing is this. I want to do that. There's snow on top, look. It's got snow on top. And then finally, let me go and copy my red light, because my red light spells danger. On there. Crafting, grab one of those with a pipette. That's the one. Red light spells danger, you know, just for like flying, you know. Flying things. Cruel answer. What were that neck doing to hurt anybody? And now I've got neck tail everywhere. Let me get some more paving. Get rid of that there, because that's the exit from that ride. Oop, wrong one. So there's probably room for another takeaway or something underneath there. Yeah. That's the right. So I'm just going to put a bit more grass under it, back under here. That should now work acceptably. You go there, and you go up to the top. There you go. But yeah, decent views. Oh, look, you can just see boat go away. Just make you realise how big the bloody park is now. Three tails from a neck, right? That neck had 3 tails. I can clear that now. Yeah, I think you're going to have to be showing it off in stream again soon. You're going to have to have a guided tour again. I've got all supports putting on that yet though. So there's loads more of those to go in. So I'm guessing if I put one about there. There. Right, that is probably going to pop in through below. It does, but it's not annoyingly so. So the other ones are 2 across. That's going to fall right in track into it. Let's have a look. That is going to just hit the track. I bet you. Yep, straight into track. If I go one more angle out. I will clearly miss the track, but it will probably land in middle of path. Missed the track. And landed. Right in the middle of the bloody path. Oh well. Could actually turn it again though. There's no so I can't put a 3rd turn in it. So what I could do is then turn it vertical. Which would mean it would end up there, which delineates the path nicely. Look at that, nicely at the edge of the path, and I could even combine that with one of those. Put one of those in. Some stone in. And that. Put one of them. And this is probably going to do the same at this side. So if I... This might actually be fine. This will be fine. Just going to go straight into the middle of the tree and then into ground. That one's fine. That's supported. It's supported all the way around there. So it's this bit here needs some. that's going to be fine. That's a near miss on the rock. That's got that supported. That's gonna, that one's gonna flex. Yeah, I know. You don't have to tell me. I'm being obsessive. So if I put 1, 2. Do that. And then, let's go that into concrete really. I don't want to take metal into the ground. Can't see where the ground is. Come on. There we got top. Any more? I think there's one more. Yeah, one more. There we go. It's going to need another. That's quite a tight bend, that one actually. It's going to need a support off one side. I don't know where that's just gone. Can I do any of those? That one I can't. Same here on the inside. I'm not going to bother with a concrete footer on that one. think one more will do that, or two more. Perhaps another A-frame one. To be fair, that one could do with being an A-frame. One here. I think that's another one where I can get one across there. There. That's the same. You can get a supporting structure across. Just look better with them. Rotate it ever so slightly. I wish, Valheim Tycoon. I wish I could make these roller coasters work. I don't know whether I need one more. I think I do. I think one more will just finish it off nicely. It's just here. It's not like it's going to be a particularly difficult one, but it does drop into the sea as well, this one. That's angled. That is as far as I'm going to go. That has finished the support structure in the public area. So there's this bit here still needs structure. Only really that needs supports. Obviously all this needs decorated and stuff. Probably going to make some sort of chamfer on the front there or something to make it not look like a badly cut fringe. So I might do something with that. That's pretty tossing. So yeah, anybody who's on the server, if you want to come in and visit, feel free. But I think that's enough for tonight. That's enough for tonight, everybody. Are we gonna raid out? What we got? We've got 5 in. Let's do a little raid, a mini raid. So stay with me for a mini raid. Who's on? Who's on? Let's have a look. We've got Luthmere. Luthmere. Let's raid Luthmere. Live channels we think you like. Raid Luthmere. So tell them I sent you. Hedge Magic. They're currently playing it combat. Right. Join me in raiding Luthmere. Person I've never watched before. Let's see what we're going to get. Tell them I sent you. Keep shining.